All right, hello. It's the butterfly moment. We are going through journals. Um, I don't think I'm going to repost this on TikTok. If you see it live, then you see it, but it's on my YT page for Poetic Nurse that I do these. But I thought it would be easier to just record it like this. So it is what it is. Good morning. Usually I don't have anything on my head like this, but my crown has been surging and it needs to be protected. So this is what it is. I found a journal from the CV days, if you know what that is. The mask days, right? When we couldn't really go out. And I used to be in an app. We'll just call it CH. If you know, you know. And I used to write notes. Sometimes there's random poems. And so, yeah, we're going to go through a little this morning, okay? I just got out of meditation. We'll go through the journal. I'll end and I'll come back live to do gratitudes. All right. So on the first page of this journal, it doesn't tell me the year, but I told you I know that it's from the mass days. It starts off with gratitude frequency. And actually, it does have a date, 4/14/21. I just seen it. And in CH, when you speak, you usually say, I am complete. So if you hear that, that's why. Pain brought me to self-love, and I'm thankful because tears elevated me to the care of my emotional balance. It's sorrow that brought me back to the cross, and he picked me up and held my heart as he mends it, and my gratefulness stayed. Consistent until this moment now when the gratitude frequency shows me daily, and now I war for this gratitude attitude to pour into others. The selfish part is the gratitude thoughts love my pain away. It's God's way. And this is Poetic Nurse. Thank you for the listening. I am complete. The gratitude frequency, living the law of attraction. Aligning more to my true self. Our voice is translation of our being. It's like the Tower of Babylon. A power of us moving in the same direction. Don't ponder, be like an ant together. And the stars align, and these same stars ancients looked at as well. Serve someone else's vision. Be my whole self. Be my voice. Live. It's the best of you and the rest of you. Receive great things. The light shines bright. Don't hide my light. Be honorable even when no one else is looking. And thank you for saving me, keeping your word always. Praise your holy name. And don't cast my pearls to swine. And I was praying for a friend mother who had cancer and she was healed. Good morning. These are notes that I am listing from journal entries from 4/15/2021. It's the Midnight Whispers room. I hit the hand 3 times and was denied the stage. I was crying, nervous, feeling not enough all the same. But I refused to give up, drop ego and pride. My feelings were hurt as I put them aside, and I know my whispers, which I call intuition, are God's light. They say they hear the whispers, but they don't notice me. I cried because I thought I had found a home. No, you're stretching too far to go back home. And the eager and the cheers to hear their favorites. I'm not easily offended, but it's been 6 hours. And the man says, you have 30 seconds, 90 seconds, and 2 minutes at most. I won't boast, but your whispers, energy, brought me here. And now that I am the energy, they seem to reject, my dear. I wonder, can they feel my self-doubt? Their enlightened and on frequency wisdom, I'm logging these times where I push ego and pride aside. Then the whisper came to me, take what you need. Don't let the fact they don't know you keep you out. I upped my energy before I go off mute. Take a room as my boot, but disrespect would not ever do. And then he says, I don't want to leave people that have waited so long. That's the love for my energy and God's guide. I won't allow my story to be cut. I know what I'm worth, so I'll reach for the knowledge that I deserve to learn. That exchange we could have had, you chose to dismiss, and I said I'll pass. Love touches everyone, no bias needed, and I won't worry. I forgive the masses, for my difference takes other glasses. That day was very interesting because I used to be very much in the background. I used to just prefer to work and serve and do things in the behind. And that day I felt ignored and overlooked, and it hurt my feelings. And when I think back to that day, and I think now to 2026, when it's just the truth, honesty that I am the self-validator of me. No one self-validates for me. I don't take any outside validation. It's considered as a pleasure, as a wonderful thing to have someone say a compliment or to big you up on something. But I implore and ask you to explore being your self-validation. Good morning, beautiful. And so I just remember that day feeling so like low. I waited all them hours to speak, and it was like they were overlooked. And during that time, I also had feelings of imposter syndrome. There were these people with these accolades, with these certifications, with all of these things around them. And I felt like I didn't add up, right? And so that was a pivotal day for me because I broke through that God has exalted me. The birth and the existence of me making into the earth means that I can take up space. And so can you. So don't ever allow anyone to make you feel like you can be uncomfortable no matter where you are. When you sit at the table, when you stand in a room, that space was meant for you, right? And you have to take the outside things. And so sometimes we are our worst critic, right? And that's where you show compassion to yourself. You show love to yourself, and you stand on what you know, right? And so I can stand in front of those men because I know who they are and I won't name them, right? And they can't believe where I am from that day, right? But what I'm happy for is that I needed them, because if they wouldn't have ignored me, if they wouldn't have made me, and I allowed these feelings now, and if I wouldn't have gotten to that, then I would have never been able to overcome it. I wouldn't have been able to be in this space. So I'm really grateful for that. This next one is getting back to gratitude. This is when I was like, I'm going to publish a gratitude book. There's movies that I see, Beyond the Secret, Awakening. I was thinking about golf. I was thinking about being completely flustered. I was thinking about the blame game and just how the attraction into action. So go out and become the person that is ready to encompass this life. And I also have the book Art of War. In this one, this was a meeting, and it says slow down to speed up. So when I'm stressed, stop, breathe, take naps if needed, and then come up with the best idea. Neutrality is being more present, aware of yourself, holding complex information to find a solution. So you slow down and you focus. You go into unconscious fear because this is reminding you of how you felt before, and this is where we enter into breath work. So I have Endurve, which is numerous reflection, pride on the outpace, and it's needed to win. So get to the finish line, the prize. No one will tire you out. And when you feel tired, look at your friends and look at who's around you. Edit your friend list. Live in trust and process of life. No partial trust. Go off your life principles. Life is an echo. So be the person that you want to be with. I'm going to say it again. Life is an echo. So be the person that you want to be with. And a quote, people consider me a fool because they wouldn't do what I do. Right? And that's okay. I noticed that in gratitude, we would have these pictures and people would come in CH, this app, with, their original picture of anything. But as they went through gratitude, the picture would change. And it was very interesting. So this is, how can I say this? So someone was saying there was a spiritual attack, that there was a girl who was putting things in another person's head. And the talking accountability. And I want to say this, don't get it mindful. Some people do things to us that could be considered spells, right? Because words and what you profess over someone is very important. What you speak over yourself, even more important, right? And so when we are walking in the truth of our spirit and who we are, okay, there is these transcending moment where you have to decide, are outside things defining you? Is what your parents taught you defining you? Or is it you who defines you, right? And I say that this goes into the fact of, I believe in the Trinity, yet I'm still Oracle, yet I still believe in shamanism. Yes, I believe in energy, transforming, muting, healing, right? So I had to take what I was brought up with and then go in and decide what for me am I going to take, right? And so that's up to you. This is finding the gift and the fact and realizing in this moment that your life is yours. It's your life, no one else's, right? And so the thing that I find is so interesting is that our Creator gave us free choice. Like this divine, spiritual, whether you want to call it the universe, whatever, it gave us this choice to be what and who we want to be, right? For ourselves. Yet man, humans, want to depict and have you choose to walk and be in accordance to what they want. It's almost like the audacity. Like the audacity of thinking that you can determine or decide what I do. You can influence. You can suggest. But at the end of the day, only I decide what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. That is the power of me being the authority of myself on this earth. And so when you move in the essence of you and you believe that the world and the universe is working with you, to become who you are. This is where the power comes in of individuality. Now, of course, there's great collaboration, there's great for heartbeat, but in this moment when I realize that I decide the facts that determine me, this is empowering. Now I walk in the truth of me, right? Which is why one moment I may want to hear this song, and on another moment I might want to hear another song. It's in a totally different genre, right? Because I'm doing what is important for me. I might want to speak on this and I might not want to speak on that. I get to choose that because we get to choose what mission in life we want to have. And so I really love these times in these notes because they remind me that the gift of life is my heartbeat, is my breath, is my mind, my brain, my physical body, me walking in grace and me walking in the decisiveness of who I am and what I want, what my desires are. Now, detaching from specific outcomes, but staying in the fact of choosing me, right? So when we want things and we have desires, then we know that they are brewed in us. Some things you just want to do and you don't even know why. Some things you're just good at and it just happens, right? And so with that, I'm going to end in another poem, right? So I'm just as surprised as you guys are when I'm reading this because I haven't opened this book in a long time, and these writings are from 2021. So I'll end with this poem and then I'll come back and we'll do gratitudes. I walk in oil essence in the aisles of life lessons. The face attractive presence is calling me in brief hellos with passerbys. The eyes focus on bringing his life to me and chasing a burdened soul to ecstasy. It's the universe, don't deny me, for this brokenness belongs to me. And I pick it up to help heal what does not fit, trying over and over again with no relief, but I keep the hope and faith and I just believe. My heart is screaming, please don't choose this for me. I can't hear it beat, for I want has blinded me. And the parallel lives intertwined to what we will be, and the words repeated as feelings do. I'm lost in the doubt of what intentions never brought about. And the pills are too big to swallow, and these things I used to ignore, but wisdom grew and I needed more of closeness and the truth and intimacy. And now I look back and the values are not in the relationship's history. Poem. Poetic Nurse. Thank you. These are the Lost Journal files. I appreciate you for listening. I'll be back with gratitude in a couple of minutes. Blessings.